We often view our weaknesses as insurmountable barriers to our ambitions. Yet what if we could transform these perceived liabilities into our greatest strengths? This question lies at the heart of Stoicism, a philosophy that does not merely urge us to endure life's trials, but teaches us to transform them into triumphs. Epictetus, once a slave, rose above his origins to become one of the most revered Stoic philosophers. His teachings are a beacon for those seeking to conquer internal strife through the power of choice and perception. By mastering our responses to the external world, Epictetus argues, we gain unparalleled strength and resilience. Alongside him, Seneca, another Stoic luminary, turned his own frail health and political misfortune into wellsprings of philosophical insight. His writings serve as powerful reminders that our greatest challenges can forge our most profound virtues. In this series, we will delve into 8 crucial lessons from these Stoic masters. Each lesson reveals a core principle of Stoicism, designed not just to withstand life's adversities, but to transform them into the bedrock of a purposeful existence. We will explore how embracing our vulnerabilities can ignite a formidable transformation, empowering us to lead lives marked by unshakable courage and integrity. As we embark on this journey of transformation, I invite you to join the rise of the Stoics tribe. Subscribe to our channel and become part of a community committed to becoming the strongest, most fearless versions of ourselves. Together, we will turn every weakness into a pillar of strength, and every fear into a frontier of possibility. Lesson 1. Understanding control. In the Stoic view, life's greatest illusion is the belief that we can control the events that unfold around us. Epictetus, with his Stoic clarity, challenged this misconception, offering a liberating truth. Our control is limited to one thing: our reactions. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, he proclaimed, encapsulating a central tenet of Stoic wisdom. This lesson urges us to examine the domain of our true control, which lies within. It is in our responses where we find our freedom and our strength. By accepting that we can't steer the external forces of our lives, we are not submitting to fate, but rather seizing control over our internal landscape, the only realm where we are the undisputed rulers. Epictetus's teachings encourage us to cultivate a mindful awareness of our reactions. Each moment of frustration or adversity becomes a test of our Stoic training. Do we respond with irritation and despair, or do we choose resilience and perspective? The power of the pause, as advocated by Epictetus, is essential here. By pausing, we give ourselves the space to choose a response that aligns with our principles rather than being swept away by initial impulses. Furthermore, this mastery over our internal responses does not render us passive. On the contrary, it empowers us to act with intention and wisdom. In every personal challenge, whether a minor annoyance or a significant hardship, our controlled reactions can serve as a beacon of influence, subtly shaping our environment and the people within it. This approach doesn't just mitigate the impact of external adversities, it transforms them into opportunities for personal growth and character development. Through understanding and practicing the Stoic discipline of control, we not only safeguard our inner peace, but also learn to convert perceived weaknesses, our susceptibilities to anger, frustration, and disappointment, into the bedrock of our strength. This transformation is the essence of Stoic empowerment and the first crucial step on our journey to becoming the strongest, most resilient versions of ourselves. Lesson 2. The power of choice. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies an empowering assertion. While we may not have control over the circumstances of our lives, we possess the ultimate power to choose our responses. This principle, articulated by Epictetus, shifts the focus from external conditions to internal choices, revealing that true strength is derived not from our circumstances, but from our decisions. The freedom to choose our attitude in any given situation is perhaps the most significant power we hold. This isn't about denying reality, but about interpreting and responding to it in ways that align with our values and aspirations. It's in this choice that vulnerability can be transformed into a profound strength. Each decision to respond positively to adversity, to choose hope over despair, or action over resignation, fortifies our character and deepens our resilience. Epictetus challenges us to recognize the habitual nature of our reactions and to question them relentlessly. Are our responses serving us, or are they simply automatic behaviors learned over time? By becoming conscious of these habits, we begin the process of change. This awareness allows us to start choosing differently, to start shaping our lives actively rather than being shaped by them. The Stoic exercise of daily reflection is instrumental here. By reflecting on our choices each day, we can see where we acted according to Stoic principles and where we faltered. This practice isn't about self-judgment, but about self-improvement and learning, ensuring that every day we become slightly better at navigating life's complexities. Furthermore, Epictetus's concept of choice extends to our perceptions. How we choose to see the world influences our emotional and practical responses to it. By choosing to view every difficulty as a veiled opportunity, we not only maintain our tranquility, but also open ourselves up to growth and unexpected solutions. Through the disciplined exercise of choice, we not only reinforce our autonomy, but also cultivate a life that reflects our deepest values and convictions. This empowerment through choice is what transforms perceived weaknesses, like impulsivity, fear, and doubt, into the strengths of patience, courage, and confidence. As we progress on this Stoic journey, each act of choosing wisely builds us into the most robust and fearless versions of ourselves. Lesson 3: Reframing adversity. In the pursuit of strength and resilience, one of Stoicism's most transformative teachings is the concept of reframing adversity. This lesson, deeply embedded in the writings of Epictetus, revolves around the idea that obstacles are not merely to be endured, but to be utilized as instruments of personal growth and enlightenment. Epictetus teaches us that every adversity carries the seeds of an equivalent or greater benefit. It is through the crucible of challenge that the strength of our character is forged. By reframing our perception of adversity, we can shift from a mindset of victimhood to one of agency and opportunity. This shift is not trivial. It is the essence of Stoic empowerment. The process of reframing involves a radical alteration in our approach to life's difficulties. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we learn to ask, "How can this strengthen me?" This change in questioning is powerful. It encourages us to look for lessons and opportunities for growth embedded within the hardships, transforming our reactive emotions into proactive strategies. Moreover, this Stoic principle teaches that resilience is not an innate trait, but a skill developed through practice and perseverance. Each encounter with difficulty is a chance to practice this skill, to deepen our resilience, and to enhance our ability to navigate future challenges more effectively. The more we practice, the more adept we become at using our challenges as leverage points for growth. Epictetus's focus on practicality is crucial here. He doesn't suggest mere philosophical contemplation, but advocates for active engagement with our adversities. This might involve setting new goals that align with the new realities, seeking out new learning opportunities, or even finding ways to help others through similar struggles. Each of these actions not only helps mitigate the impact of the adversity, but also enriches our life experience, contributing to a more robust and versatile character. In embracing and reframing adversity, we transform what could be a paralyzing experience into a stimulating one. This Stoic lesson teaches us that the real measure of our strength is not how we avoid the storm, but how we dance in the rain. As we continue to apply these principles, our life's narrative shifts from one of surviving to thriving. Lesson 4: The role of habits in character development. Stoic philosophy posits that our character is the sum of our habitual actions. As Epictetus succinctly put it, we are what we repeatedly do. This lesson delves into the critical role that habits play in shaping not only our character but our destiny. Through the conscious cultivation of good habits, we can transform our inherent weaknesses into enduring strengths. The process of developing strong habits begins with self-awareness. Stoicism teaches us to observe our behaviors and identify which of them are reactionary and which are aligned with our higher aspirations. This ongoing scrutiny is crucial because it allows us to start replacing detrimental habits with beneficial ones, a process Epictetus regarded as essential for personal transformation. To illustrate, consider the habit of reacting impulsively to stress, a common weakness. By adopting Stoic practices, such as daily meditation or reflective journaling, we can replace this impulsivity with thoughtfulness and restraint. Over time, these new habits not only become second nature, but also strengthen our capacity to handle stress more effectively. Another key aspect of habit formation in Stoicism involves the concept of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This practice entails routinely visualizing potential challenges and setbacks. By habitually anticipating difficulties, we prepare ourselves to face them with composure and strategic foresight, thus turning potential weaknesses, such as fear of failure, into a prepared and resilient mindset. Moreover, Stoicism encourages the cultivation of community-oriented habits. Engaging regularly in acts of kindness or community service can transform feelings of isolation or self-doubt into feelings of connection and self-efficacy. These habits not only enrich our own lives but also fortify the social fabric, reflecting the Stoic belief that personal strength is deeply intertwined with our roles within the community. In embracing these practices, we do more than alter our actions. We transform our very being. Through disciplined habit formation, we ensure that our responses to life's adversities are not reflexive, but reflective, not scattered, but strategic. As these habits solidify into character, they become the bedrock upon which we build a life of resilience and virtue. As we progress through these lessons, remember that each small habit, each repeated action, is a step toward becoming the best version of ourselves. Let's continue to cultivate these habits, forging a path that leads from vulnerability to undeniable strength. Lesson 5. Emotional resilience. Stoic philosophy, particularly as taught by Epictetus, emphasizes the mastery of one's emotions as a critical aspect of personal strength. Emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from emotional distress, is not inherent but can be cultivated through deliberate Stoic practices. This lesson explores how we can harness our emotional responses to transform perceived weaknesses into robust strengths. Epictetus once stated, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This insight is foundational in understanding emotional resilience. It suggests that our emotional disturbances are less about external events and more about our interpretations of these events. By changing our interpretations, we can maintain our tranquility and even find joy in circumstances that once caused us distress. To develop emotional resilience, we begin by observing our automatic emotional responses. When we feel upset, angry, or fearful, it's crucial to pause and reflect on the underlying thoughts fueling these emotions. This process of reflection helps identify patterns of negative thinking and allows us to challenge and replace them with more balanced, Stoic perspectives. For example, if failure triggers a strong emotional response, reframe it not as a threat to your self-worth, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. This shift not only alleviates immediate distress but also gradually changes how you perceive challenges, ultimately enhancing your emotional resilience. Practicing acceptance is another vital Stoic tool. Acceptance does not mean resignation, but recognizing and embracing things as they are, without excessive judgment or emotional upheaval. This acceptance allows us to conserve our emotional energy and apply it more constructively elsewhere. Moreover, Epictetus encourages us to engage in regular self-dialogue to reinforce our Stoic beliefs. This ongoing internal conversation strengthens our resolve, and prepares us to handle future emotional challenges more effectively. By continually affirming our ability to control our reactions, we build a resilient mindset that perceives emotional disturbances not as setbacks, but as tests of our Stoic training. Through these practices, emotional resilience becomes less about suppressing feelings and more about transforming them into sources of strength. As we enhance our emotional resilience, we turn our inner turmoil into tranquility and our fragility into an unassailable fortress of calm and confidence. This Stoic approach to emotional resilience not only empowers us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease, but also transforms our emotional landscape into one where every feeling guides us towards personal growth and stability. Lesson 6. Relationships and external opinions. A significant aspect of Stoic resilience involves navigating the complexities of relationships and the influence of external opinions. Epictetus frequently discussed the importance of maintaining equanimity despite others' judgments or behaviors, which can be a source of great distress if mismanaged. This lesson explores how Stoicism teaches us to transform potential weaknesses, such as susceptibility to criticism, into strengths, fostering a robust sense of self that is impervious to external sway. In Stoic practice, the principle of focusing solely on what we can control is paramount. Epictetus reminds us that while we cannot control others' actions or thoughts, we can control our reactions to them. This understanding is crucial in relationships where our emotional reactions can often be triggered by others' words or actions. By cultivating a mindset that views such triggers as opportunities to practice our Stoic principles, we can strengthen our emotional independence and resilience. Moreover, the Stoic approach to handling external opinions involves developing a clear understanding of our own values and aligning our actions with those values. This alignment provides a strong internal compass that guides our reactions and interactions. When we are secure in our values, external opinions become less threatening. They are merely information, not dictations of our worth or path. Epictetus also emphasized the importance of empathy and understanding in relationships. By practicing seeing the world from others' perspectives, another Stoic exercise, we can better understand their actions and reduce personal resentment or disappointment. This not only helps in maintaining personal peace, but also strengthens our relationships by fostering a climate of mutual understanding and respect. Practical Stoicism also involves setting boundaries that respect both our well-being and others. These boundaries prevent external opinions and behaviors from disrupting our inner tranquility. They are not barriers to connection, but rather frameworks that enable healthy, supportive interactions, reflecting our commitment to living according to Stoic virtues. By embracing these Stoic teachings, we not only safeguard our peace of mind, but also transform our relationships into sources of strength and growth. This lesson encourages us to view every interpersonal challenge as an exercise in Stoic philosophy, turning vulnerabilities around approval and acceptance into fortitudes of self-sufficiency and calm. As we continue to explore these Stoic lessons, it becomes clear that our relationships and how we manage external opinions are not merely aspects of our lives, but arenas for practicing and solidifying our Stoic principles. Lesson 7. Practical Stoicism. Practical Stoicism is about embedding the philosophical insights of Stoicism into everyday actions. Epictetus, who always emphasized the integration of philosophy into daily life, provided a framework for how we can practically apply Stoic principles to transform our weaknesses into strengths. This lesson explores specific Stoic exercises and routines that fortify our character and enhance our capacity to deal with life's adversities. One of the key practices in Stoicism is the daily examination, or what Epictetus referred to as the examination of conscience. At the end of each day, take time to reflect on your actions. What did you do well? Where did you falter? This reflective practice not only helps in acknowledging personal progress, but also in identifying areas where our responses might not align with Stoic virtues. This consistent self-assessment fosters a mindset of continuous improvement and helps solidify new constructive habits. Another practical exercise is the voluntary discomfort. This involves intentionally placing oneself in uncomfortable situations, such as taking cold showers or fasting, to reduce the fear of hardship and increase resilience. By regularly practicing discomfort, we can diminish the impact that external conditions have on our happiness and well-being. This prepares us to handle unexpected challenges with grace and composure, effectively turning potential weaknesses into cultivated strengths. Stoics also practice premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of future adversities. By visualizing potential challenges and mentally preparing for them, we can lessen the emotional impact when they do occur. This exercise not only builds mental resilience, but also helps in developing strategic responses ahead of time, allowing us to handle difficulties more effectively when they arise. Additionally, integrating Stoicism into our daily routines involves simplifying our lives. By focusing on what is essential and minimizing distractions, we can enhance our capacity to concentrate on our personal growth and on applying Stoic principles more consistently throughout our lives. These practices are not just theoretical exercises, but are meant to be lived and experienced. By incorporating them into our daily routines, we embody the Stoic philosophy, transforming theoretical wisdom into concrete strengths. This ongoing practice of practical Stoicism ensures that our journey from vulnerability to virtue is not just aspirational, but a tangible, lived experience. As we embrace these practices, we continue to evolve, ensuring that each step we take is grounded in wisdom, resilience, and the transformative power of Stoicism. Lesson 8: Living with Purpose. Living with purpose is a central theme in Stoicism, which teaches that a life guided by virtue and clear intentions is the foundation of strength and resilience. Epictetus stressed the importance of aligning our actions with our deepest values, advocating for a life lived intentionally and with moral clarity. This lesson explores how purposeful living can transform everyday vulnerabilities into profound strengths, enriching our lives and the lives of those around us. The Stoic perspective on purpose begins with self-awareness, understanding who we are, what we value, and what we wish to achieve. This self-understanding allows us to set goals that are not just about personal achievement, but are aligned with our ethical convictions. For Stoics like Epictetus, the highest goal is to live according to nature, which means acting in harmony with reason and virtue. By clarifying our purposes in this way, we can ensure that our pursuits are meaningful and that they contribute to our overall resilience and happiness. Purposeful living also involves making conscious choices that reflect our values. Every decision, from how we respond to adversity to how we interact with others, is an opportunity to strengthen our character. Stoicism teaches that when our choices are consistent with our moral ideals, we not only find greater satisfaction in our actions, but also build an inner strength that is impervious to external pressures. Moreover, living with purpose, according to Stoic philosophy, involves service to others. Epictetus believed that our roles in society are opportunities to manifest our virtues. By engaging in acts of kindness and contributing to the welfare of our community, we extend the scope of our influence and reinforce our personal growth. This outward expression of Stoic principles not only enhances our social bonds, but also solidifies our resolve and purpose. Practicing gratitude is another essential aspect of purposeful living. By regularly acknowledging what we have and the progress we've made, we maintain a positive outlook and a motivation to continue our pursuits. Gratitude for Stoics is not passive, it's an active appreciation that fuels further action. As we incorporate these elements of purposeful living into our daily lives, we find that our former weaknesses, whether they be indecision, lack of confidence, or disconnection, become sources of strength. Our purpose guides us, lending both direction and resilience to our journey. This Stoic lesson on living with purpose inspires us to examine our lives deeply, to make adjustments where necessary, and to move forward with a renewed focus on living virtuously and meaningfully.